When we are going to win over chaos at workplace, that means there is something that is not happening right. There is chaos, there is some stress which it is creating, and there has to be some steps that we need to take. And that is exactly what we are going to cover in this 90 minutes. Uh, how are we going to win over chaos? But my point is, before getting into the chaos, there is a statement, there is a situation in your job, in your career, in your business that you're happy with, happy in your achievement, and happy in whatever you do and whatever you contribute, either to your job or to your business, to the society, to the art, to whatever you are associated with. How happy are you in doing that? And when your happiness quotient is there, you are an achiever, you are a winner. And then if chaos hits you, I'm sure it is very difficult. So, is it currently creating more stress in your life, the chaos that you are going through? Is it creating more stress? Is it something that is troubling you? Awesome. So let's figure out why do we have chaos, and then we will figure out how to handle the chaos. Can you do something about it? Definitely you can. What can you do? What can you do about it? Well, that is exactly what we are going to discuss. But before we get into the discussion, we are going to understand what is this chaos, where is it coming from, why is it impacting us, and is there something that needs to be done differently on a daily basis? Okay. Is chaos inevitable? Now you tell me that. Is chaos inevitable? And please write down in the chat box. Is chaos inevitable? Yes, chaos is inevitable because most of the time the chaos is not created by a business or a target or a sales. It is usually the person behind that chaos. There is always, so if you look at any chaos that you're going through, is there a person behind? A person responsible in your mind that who's creating the chaos? So if we are working in a job, if we are working in a business, if we are into some kind of a service that we are providing, then there are people around us. And when there are people around us, chaos is inevitable. So if chaos is inevitable, then systems can sometimes create chaos. Yes, systems can also create chaos. Now, when we say systems, the systems are created by some people, right? So there is always some individual, some brain, some mind behind the situation. System doesn't get created on its own. So there is somebody who has created a process or a system, and that can create a chaos. Now, let me give you an example here. So I have been associated and I've been working now for the last 27 years in corporate world across different industries. And one of the most chaotic situation that I faced was when there was some kind of a leadership change in the organization and the new leadership came and they chose to change everything. Yeah. So whatever the company was doing for the last 15, 20 years, the new leadership decided that that's not right. Everything has to get changed. Are you able to relate to something like this? Yeah. So when they started changing things, the entire organization had to rally behind it, try to work based the changes that were suggested, and it led to huge amount of chaos. Systems got changed, processes got changed. The whole culture got changed of the organization. And for the next 1.5 years, the entire organization was under a huge stress kind of a situation, only because some person decided, sitting at a position where he could drive it, that chaos resulted in because of the change that he wanted to bring about. So yes, systems do create chaos, but there is always a person behind. Now, I want you all, if you want to understand how do you thrive through a chaos, so no matter what is happening around you, you are able to keep a very sane and a calm mind and run through the chaos without getting impacted, without getting stressful, then that is exactly what the whole objective of this session is. That no matter what is happening around, chaos is inevitable. It will continue to happen as long as you are working with individuals, either individuals or even group of people. Chaos is inevitable. So the minute we realize that it will be there, then the next step comes is, okay, if it is definitely going to be there, then what is it that we need to do? And then the minute this awareness comes that, okay, fine, it is getting created, then I look inward and see how do I manage it. Okay. So first important thing is it is inevitable. It is always created through some people who are around you. Okay. Now, when we come to how does it get manifested? There are many ways that it gets manifested. Now, one of the reasons in corporate where the chaos is there is when you have different generations of people who are working together. So there are people who may be working in that organization for the last 15, 20, 30 years, right? Then there is another generation of people who are there for the last 10 years and the last 5 years. And then you have these management trainees joining in and the new group of people who are joining in. So there are different generations of people. Now, chaos can result because each generation has a very different approach to the work, approach to understanding the culture, and their entire mindset is very different. The way they work is very different. So when you have different generations of people working together, there will obviously be conflicts, there will always be chaos. Okay, so every time you see somebody, usually what happens is I'm an HR professional and we used to hire these management trainees, and these trainees will come in and invariably some other manager will come and say, I don't know what these people are trying to do. These are young guys. In our days, we never used to do like this, but these people have no idea how to work in a corporate. They don't know how to respect seniors. Now, it's very important to understand, and I'm just giving you an example. It's very important to understand that this whole approach that the manager has will be creating chaos in that team and in his mind. Now, he's stressed because the new people who are joining in as trainees are not working the way he had in his mind. That when I was a management trainee 10 years back, we used to work in a particular manner. Fine, that was 10 years back. Okay, but he is still continuing to expect the same from a management trainee who's joining in today. So when he is expecting the same kind of a response from the management trainees joining in today, then obviously there's going to be a chaos in his mind, in the team, and obviously with the management trainee also. But what is the difference here is understanding how to manage yourself and understand. Yes, chaos and conflicts. Chaos and conflicts are similar to an extent because they will lead into each other, Raj. So if there is a conflict, like in this example, there is a senior manager and there is a management trainee, and there is a conflict in their thinking. The conflict in their thinking can lead to a chaotic situation between them and also within the team. So it does have that connection. And if you're able to understand. Can I request everybody to mute? Yeah. Okay. All right. So I hope this is clear. So similarly, there are many work-related chaotic situations that we have, which puts a huge amount of pressure on us. For example, you go to the office or you open your inbox, working from home, get up in the morning, open your inbox, and my God, you have a huge list of emails. That itself will put some kind of a chaos in your day because there is something that you had planned. Now, how do you manage that? So is that a situation that you go through? Can I get some responses, please? We'll come to conflicts, Raj. I'm reading your message. We will come to conflicts. They are good for industries always. Yes, they are good for industries. Are they good for you? That's my question. If you are able to handle a conflict, if you are able to handle a chaos and still grow, then yes, it's good for you. But if it is putting a lot of pressure on you, if it is putting a lot of stress on you, and you're not able to handle it, and you are landing up with health issues, then it's not good for you. So the whole story is, how do I handle? Forget about the industry. Have you seen an industry? You're a part of an industry, but industry is not an entity. You are an entity. So what happens in this huge world to you is more important than the world, correct? And that is what I would like to bring forth today. That forget about my industry is doing this and my company is doing this and all that. What is all the situations created around you having an impact on you? So we are trying to figure out, in no matter what kind of a situation and what kind of a conflict that we have, how do we come out of it? Yeah. So coming back to my emails, do you get a situation where you get up in the morning, you have too many emails? Yes. Then does it lead to chaos in your head? Does it lead to stress into your head? Or are you okay with it? So that is the difference. Some people will be okay with it. Okay, fine. So many emails, I will prioritize and I will see which are important and handle it. Some people looking at the number, oh my God, I have 150 emails that I need to handle, will get into a stress. There is a difference between this individual and this individual. And that difference is due to something. We are going to reach today to that something, which is the difference that gives out the responses in a chaotic situation. So are you all with me? Till here, is it going good? Can I get some yeses in the chat box if you all are here? And is it going okay? Great. Some more yeses. I have only 2 yes. Okay, awesome. All right. Another big important area that puts a lot of pressure is in your work related is your team is not performing well. Yeah. And that is because of whatever reason, but the pressure is on you to perform better, to get more results. And when the team is not performing well, it definitely leads to chaos, right? So we will come to that, and I will handle that a little separately. Similarly, workplace conflict, and we just spoke about it when I gave you the example of generations. Another thing that leads to conflict is too much of micromanagement. So, yes, we are all accountable for what we have to deliver. Yes, we are all responsible to the results. Yes, but some of us may have the tendency to get into the micromanagement of it, of everything. So you've given a work, but every 10 minutes you're going to check, kaam hua ki nahi hua? Is it done? Is it not done? Is it done? Is it not done? Do you know this? You should do this like this 20 times. Okay. Now that micromanagement will create a chaos in you, will put stress on you because you're thinking for yourself, plus you're thinking for the rest of the people in your team. Will that not lead to chaos? And another reason is trying to please everyone. So you're trying to please your team, you're trying to please your supervisor, you're trying to please the management, you're trying to please the finance guy because you're getting the money, you're trying to please the production person, you're trying to please the CEO, you're trying to please the customer, you're trying to please the rest of the world except yourself, and that leads to chaos. So again, trying to please others is not accountability. So look at yourselves and see what are the areas that are impacting your. Yes, Raja. Individual insecurities, fear of job, career growth, I will get stuck. All these are the reasons for micromanagement. Yes, of course. Because you're trying to be safe. But a bigger reason is also lack of trust. When you do not trust the team, when you do not trust others, that also leads to micromanagement. Okay. So let's move forward. There is a lot of environment related chaos. Okay. Changes in leadership, organization, restructuring, downsizing, layoff, mergers, acquisitions. The market is shifting from offline to online, digitization, everything is changing, right? Relocation, you're moving from one place to other, any change in the policy, regulations, and of course, our biggest one, the pandemic this year, okay? So all these are environment-related chaos. They do create chaos, and we have seen, at least in this year, we have seen the kind of chaos that the entire humanity has gone through. A lot of people could not handle that chaos, but many people could tide away with ease through the chaos. Okay, so again, that one seed is missing, and we will reach to that seed. Okay. Till here, okay, now we are getting into the self-cause. So there's an environment, there's a work, and then we ourselves are also responsible for creating chaos in our lives. Okay. When we avoid a problem, and have you ever avoided a problem? Has anybody ever avoided a problem? You know that there is a problem, you're just avoiding it. Yes, no, quickly in the chat box. Give me some responses. Have you ever avoided a problem? Okay, we have delayed a problem. Okay. So you know that there could be a problem, but you have no idea how to go ahead with it. Okay. Sometimes, yes. So you avoid a problem, you delay. Okay. Do you overcommit at workplace? We are only talking workplace today, right? So do you overcommit? Many times. Okay. Yes, many times the problem gets solved because of time. It's true, Raj. Raja, you are you are talking about the problem that gets avoided. Okay. Yes, do we overcommit? Do we overcommit? Raja's going to, Senthil Raja is going to get that free gift of participation. I want others to also participate. Come on. You're forced to overcommit. I am so sorry. Just give me a second. There is somebody at the door. Okay. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I went home and so there was somebody at the door. Many times time solves the problem. Yes. Another reason where we end up creating chaos and also getting stressed is when you rush into something without planning. So sometimes you're forced, deadlines and timelines, and you have to implement something and you know that you are missing something, you're not planned well. That also will lead to chaos. When you're giving incomplete instructions, that also will lead to chaos. When you're not defining expectations and not handling people who are negative in your team, that will lead to chaos. So it is important for you, when you are going through chaos in your career, in your workplace, to know where the cause is. Is it external? Is it work-related? Is it self-created? The minute you break it down into this category, then you know exactly what needs to be done. Now, let's talk about not handling negative employees in your team. Do you have negative employees in your team? Yes, no. In the team that you work in, are there people who have a negative orientation? Negative thinking? Okay, Senthil. All right. Anybody else? Situation based? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, Yusuf. All right. Okay. So when we do not handle these people, what happens to the team? So we all have heard as a child, remember we were told that one bad fish can spoil the entire pond. Yes, it spreads, it influences others. Negativity attracts negativity. Okay. Now I'll give you an example. At your workplace, just for a second, think. There are people who have lots of friends, yeah? And they have this whole crib sessions where they sit together and crib about the boss, crib about the peers, crib about the company, the management, they enjoy it, right? So the group of negative people, is it large or is it small? When they sit for crib sessions, is the group large or is it small? And all of you have gone through it. You also have gone through those sessions, right? Sometime in your career. Yes. Now the point is, if you become very positive, or you see somebody in the team is becoming very positive and talking only nice things, after some times, the rest of the team will distance. They will go away from this person because he's no fun now. He's only talking all good things. Yeah, there's no masala there. So when there is no masala there, then people do not know how to handle a person who's positive, because the orientation for all of us to start with has been very negative. Don't do this, this is bad, the world is bad, there's so much of crime, you have to be careful of everybody. That is how we have all grown up. So there's a lot of negative beliefs and thinking within us. So when people have these negative beliefs and thinking, then they interact, they attract more negative. So when you say that your team is not delivering, check your team. What kind of conversations are they having within themselves? It is not about skills and attitude alone, but is also about the conversations. It's also about the thinking and the mindset that they are carrying to work, which will impact the performance. Okay. So what is happening? So with all these chaos that you see around you, great Raja. So with all the chaos that you see around you, what have you done to yourself is you have allowed the outside influence to dictate the choices that you make. The whole world is now deciding what you should do because there's so much of chaos around you, right? And then you end up taking higher commitments, unrealistic tasks, changing the whole scenario of the organization, everything that you are trying to do. Okay. And in all this, one thing that gets missed out is thinking differently, thinking innovatively. That is the side effect. Not thinking is a side effect of chaos. But to come out of chaos, you need to think differently. So what you need as a therapy is something as a side effect. So what you are not able to do is the real thing that you require to get out of chaos. Are you able to relate here? Does this make sense? Can I get some? I'm not even sure how many of you are really engaged in it because I hardly get to see 2 or 3 people engaging. So could you please just let me know how many of you are here engaged? Meenal, does it connect to you? Because I know a little early for you to go through this workplace chaos, but Meenal, is it connecting? Are you able to understand? Then just type it out in your chat box, please. Thanks, Raja. Others, are you there? Please let me know. Are you there and is it connecting with you? So when we get to understanding, so it is very important. Thanks, Meenal. Thanks, Endel. So it is very important for us to understand what is a job and what is a career. Okay. Now, we all have this whole thing that once I get a job, my career is set. Really? Is it true? See, what is a job? A job is a task that you do. It's a work that you do. You end up delivering something. You end up giving something or contributing something. So that is something that you are giving out. What is career? Career is something that you make for yourself. There is a difference. So if I have a job, I have a career, not necessarily unless you understand the difference. Okay. So once you understand, your job is not your career. Your job is here and the career is here. Career is over encompassing. Then the decisions that you take in your life will make your career. Daydreaming builds career. We'll talk about daydreaming. Okay. Daydreaming may not build career, but visualization definitely does. And there is a difference between daydreaming and visualization. So we will talk about that. So if you understand that if you have to give something that is to the job, then the approach is different. When you have to make something, then the approach is different. No, Raja, please continue to write, continue to type whatever is coming, because all this is what is going to get clarified by the end of the session. So don't hold back, continue to write. I really appreciate you writing your thoughts. And the more points you're bringing out, the more things will get clarity for everybody, including you. Okay. So once we understand the difference between career and job, it is great to, flow through with this clarity that what I need to do in my job and how do I need to build my career. And when this focus comes, then the chaos starts coming down. See, what is a chaos? Chaos is something which is going around you and you have no control, right? It's too much of a swirl around you. Remember the tornado that you have seen? Okay, you've seen a movie Twister, tornado. Just comes, swirls around everything. It just kind of devastates everything which is around in its path. Okay, you see the houses flying and the cows flying and the cars flying, and it's just going around like this. But there is an eye of the tornado, or the eye, the center part. Center part is very calm. Center part has got nothing of this energy that goes around. And that is exactly what we have to become. No matter what is happening around us, how are we going to keep our calm? Isn't that what we want? Isn't that the aspiration here? That how do we thrive through the workplace chaos? Okay. So again, like I said, chaos is always related to some individual, some person. So what can you do to keep someone else's drama away and have your own peace of mind and your productivity? So how does chaos make you feel? And I want everybody to write down, right in the chat box, how does chaos make you feel when you go through chaos? See, we are attending this session means there is something that you are going through, which you feel is somewhat chaotic in your life. Yes, Mr. Kanan, you want to say something? Stressed, BP up, feel burden on mother. Oh my God, okay. Yes, true. Feel burdened, BP up, stressed, confused, not able to think. What else? Others? Mr. Yusuf, how does chaos make you feel? Everybody else is enjoying the chaos. Lack of peace, okay. What about others? Come on, Meenal. Too young to feel chaos, right? But I'm sure you do. You are doing engineering, so I'm sure you do have come to not able to enjoy the present moment. Beautiful. Thank you so much. So let's understand the reason. Why does that happen? See, when we look at causes of chaos, we've just seen some of them. Okay. Okay. Your chats, somebody's chats are going to somebody else. You can just select everyone where it's written to everyone. You can select that. Okay. All right. Yeah, Yogesh. All right. So causes of chaos. So we have seen, right? Some of the causes which are environment, work, and ourselves. Targets also create a chaos, no? Leaders, managers, competition, workday drama creates chaos. Peers, office politics creates chaos. Customers create chaos. Lack of time create chaos. Everything. Yes? Are you able to get this? Now, everything that we are talking about here is external. They don't create chaos. They are there. Different bosses, different priorities. Absolutely. Absolutely. But they are not creating chaos in us. See, where do you feel the chaos? Where is the chaos? Where are you seeing me right now? You are seeing me, okay, on your computer screen, on your phone screen. But are you seeing me on your screen, or are you seeing me inside yourself, in your retina? Where are you seeing me? Where am I? I am sitting in Bangalore in my house. Where are you seeing me? You're seeing me inside of you. You're seeing me in your retina. I'm not in the computer screen, but you are seeing me through the computer screen in your retina. Okay, so these are external. They are not the actual reason of the chaos, because chaos is not felt outside of you. Chaos is felt inside of you. Okay, so the real reason of chaos you want to know, because the minute you know the root cause, and the minute and be prepared, it's going to change your life. So are you ready to change your life? And I'm not going ahead till I get to hear from everybody. Are you ready to change your life? Then I'll go on ahead from here. Because what I'm going to share now will change your life. Okay? Awesome. Fantastic. Come on, quickly, quickly. I want yeses, more yeses. If you want to change your life, then I'm going to reveal something. The chaos that you feel is outside of you. You know, my boss, uh, the targets, the sales, my team. Fantastic. All this is external, but the chaos actually, the real cause of chaos is you, internal. The chaos comes when you have an anticipation of an outcome, correct? Yes or no? Chaos comes when you're resisting something. Something has to happen, but you are resisting it. That is when chaos happens in you. When you are asked to do something which is against your personal value, then that is what causes chaos. When you're wanting to please everyone and not able to please everyone, your boss's boss, management, the entire board, your team, your peers, your family, your wife, your kids, you're just trying to please everybody and be a Superman, and you're not able to do that, that is when chaos comes. You're wanting to look good, right? That's when chaos comes in. Okay. When you have personal aspirations, you know, I remember a lot of us used to, in our earlier days, we used to sit and say, at the age of 35, I'm going to be having 1, 2, 3, 4 this. At the age of 40, I will do this. At the age of 50, I will do this. All those kind of milestones that we have created. Okay. Now, those milestones can also become a reason for chaos. Because you may have decided at the age of 40, I will retire, or I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you don't see those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your life. Now that is a reason for chaos. So who created chaos in your life? You. Because the chaos is always experienced internally. Fear creates chaos. Now, fear, insecurity. What is the biggest fear that most of us have? Fear of losing a job, fear of not growing in our career, right? Fear of rejection. These are the fears that create a chaos in our lives. Because of this fear of failure, because of these fears, we don't do a lot of things, right? What stops you when you have a fear of failure? What stops you? What are you stopping in your life? You're stopping to move ahead. You're stopping to take risks because you are having a fear of failure. To experiment, to bring out new things. That is because you're having a fear of failure. Now, when you have a fear of failure, then you know that you have to do something, but you're not doing it. So you're continuing to be in the situation you are in and face the chaos. So you are in a situation and you know that to get out of this situation, get out of the chaos, you have to take a risk. But you have a fear of failure. So you will not take that risk. Now, when you do not take that risk, because of a fear which is not even real, you continue to be in the same situation and continue to experience the same chaos. And then say, oh my God, the world is so chaotic. What do I do? Build yourself. Okay. Now, there is something I've written here called borrowed belief. Now, borrowed belief is what? It's a belief that you have taken from somewhere else. All of us have borrowed belief, right? Do you have a borrowed belief? A belief which is yours, but it is not really true, is a borrowed belief. Let me give you an example. A lot of us have this feeling that too much of money can create problems in life. So, does anybody have this belief? Does anybody have this belief? Too much of money can create problems in life. Or it's not good to have too much of money. Very good. It's not good to have too much of money. So I hope nobody has. Fantastic. Now, another belief. You have to work very hard to grow in your career. Is that a belief? See? Is it true? So you have to work hard to grow in your career. Well, I'll tell you, a rickshaw puller works harder than you do in a daytime. It's a borrowed belief. It's a borrowed belief that you have to work hard. Ankur, you have many borrowed beliefs which you don't even know. Share one belief and then we will see if it's a borrowed one. Would you like to share one belief of yours? Okay, so you have to work smart. You don't have to work hard to grow in your career. That's a borrowed belief. And what I'm saying is you have to work smart. This itself is a borrowed belief. Are you understanding what I'm trying to do? So everything that you think is true for you may not be true for you. It may be a borrowed belief. Borrowed through your culture, borrowed through your family, parents, school. It's a borrowed belief. And when those borrowed beliefs stop you from achieving something, then chaos happens in life. So every time there is a borrowed belief that you come across in your life, that's when you have to take a step and say, okay, fine, this is a belief, but it's a borrowed belief, not mine. I need to make sacrifices to make others happy. My happiness comes last. So that's a borrowed belief. That's coming from the culture, from the family, from this tradition of being, are you the eldest in the family, in siblings? Then yes. If you, see, great. So, if you're the eldest in the family, I'm sure you have heard, you are the eldest, you have to take care of your younger siblings. Have you heard? Anybody has heard that? Now, isn't that a borrowed belief that because I'm eldest, I have to take care of Everybody else? No, you are important. Your happiness comes first. You have to make sure that you are moving away from borrowed beliefs which are not helping you in terms of growing, in terms of managing stress and chaos, and also in terms of making sure that you build yourself for your own happiness. True. So, how do you identify borrowed beliefs? Good question, Ankur. I was coming to that. How do you identify a borrowed belief? What is a borrowed belief? Any belief that you have, when you question it, when you start questioning it, you will know where it is coming from. Being the eldest, taking care of the family for your siblings and being responsible for others' happiness has come from the family, from your childhood. That's a borrowed belief. Yeah. So anything which is putting stress on yourself. So let me come back to Ankur's point itself. I think Ankur was talking about, I need to make sacrifices to make others happy. The word is need. If you want to identify a borrowed belief, you will usually see the word need. I need to do this. Right? Because when you say, I need to do this, it's something that has been expected of you. Something that you are expecting or somebody else is expecting out of you. That is coming from a borrowed belief. Are you all with me? Is it making sense, guys? A little heavy, but is it making sense? It is important to you for you to know what your borrowed beliefs are. Identify your borrowed beliefs by reflecting on them, by seeing what is creating the chaos in your life. If you want freedom and if you want to be, really very happy and blissful, there must be something that is stopping you. Question that belief. That is your borrowed belief. The minute you know what is your borrowed belief, then you know it is borrowed. Wherever you have borrowed it, please go and give it back. If you've taken something, you've borrowed a book, you'll go and give it back, right? You've borrowed a belief, please go and give it back to wherever you've got it from. And then live your life without a borrowed belief. It will reduce huge amount of chaos, stress in your life. If somebody is helping you to grow, okay, and that person is making sure that you are going ahead with it, then you need to acknowledge the contribution that the person is making and grow with it. I'm trying to do that here. I'm trying to tell you something that I can guarantee you will not find in a book or a Harvard management leadership course. I can guarantee you that. Because what I'm speaking is out of my personal experience. So the choice, Raja, is how to find time is, do you want to find time? Do you want to live a different life? Morning running behind company bus to reaching home before 10 itself is a challenge. Yes, but you don't have to find time to do this. When you're sitting in your company bus, what are you doing? You have to reflect, take 5 minutes out of your very busy schedule. 5 minutes. Pick up a thought and just reflect on that thought. Think about it. Look at that belief. That you can do sitting in the bus also. You don't need to go anywhere to do this work. The more you go within, the more you understand yourself, the more you know how to handle yourself. And if you don't do it, then what is going to change in your life? Nothing. Then don't waste your time here. Because what I'm talking about is something that can change your entire life if you want it to. Yeah. So take that decision. So when you understand that the real cause of chaos in your life is you, your internal thoughts, your internal approaches, your belief systems, they are creating the chaos in you. Then you will also understand what to do about it. Okay. Now, most of the time, chaos also comes when we are trying to do something in our life but looking sideways. So, let's say you are in your career or you're in your job and you have a goal. Do you have a vision for yourself? Do you have a goal for yourself? Are you very clear where you are going? Or are you just going wherever is life taking you? You're going because you're just looking at sideways. And when I say looking at sideways, okay, this colleague of mine, he was my classmate. He has reached this level in his organization, so I should also be at that level. This itself creates chaos. My neighbor has just bought a BMW, so I think I should also get a BMW. That itself is creating a chaos. Because when we live our life looking sideways, what my neighbor is doing and my neighbor's wife is doing and what my colleague is doing and what my classmate is doing, then my life is only sideways. No, he's doing it, okay, I'm taking inspiration from him. He's doing it, so I'm taking inspiration from him. What do I want out of my life? And if you don't know what you want out of your life, then you will only be looking sideways and keep falling. Try walking and looking sideways, you'll trip and fall. That is what is happening currently. Have a clarity, have a vision for yourself, have a vision for where you want to go in your life. And when you are focused on your vision very clearly, then you will reach there also. So spend that time with yourself. When we detach ourselves and we are running behind whatever the world is making us run, we create chaos in our life. We create stress in our life. Okay. Another thing that creates stress in our life is continuously worrying about the future or thinking about the past. Does anybody have this tendency, continuously worrying about the future or thinking about the past? Kal kya hoga? What's going to happen tomorrow? Yeah? What's going to happen tomorrow is for tomorrow to take care, no? Worry about the future is not in your control, is it? What is the guarantee you're going to be alive tomorrow morning? Is there a guarantee? Do you have a guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning? So when you don't even have that guarantee that you're going to be wake up tomorrow morning, then what is the point of worrying about a future? If you wake up, no settle. You need to get results if you wake up. Results are going to come in the future. But what you need to do in the present will give you the results in the future. If you continuously keep thinking about results that I have to get in the future and not focus on what you have to do in the present, how will you get the result? So if we are continuously looking in the future, then that means we are not going to get anywhere because we don't know what the future has in store. All you have is the present moment. Let me just ask you to do something. Take a deep breath. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. What is the guarantee that you're going to take in the next breath? Is there a guarantee? You don't have that guarantee itself. In this moment, forget tomorrow. In this moment itself, there is no guarantee that you're going to take the next breath. Please, all of you take a deep breath. I don't want anything to happen today. But are you understanding what I'm saying? So when we cannot even control the next breath, which is our own breath, what are you going to control the future? All you can do is, in this breath, what am I doing? What is possible for me to do in the now, in this moment? And that is going to create the future if you are there. Similarly, a lot of us continue to live in the past. What has happened in the past? Why did I do something like that? I'm coming to that, Senthil. I'm coming to your question, right? But let's talk about a little bit of past and then I'll come back to the future, okay? So many times we are also stuck in the past. You know, something like this happened. Somebody did something to me. I don't like this person. 20 years back, he did something like this to me. Past is past. Past has gone. Past has gone. Forget the past. You cannot do anything. It has now become history. It has become a fact. You cannot change it. Can you change anything in the past? No. If you cannot change anything in the past, then let the past be in the past. Don't worry about it. Take the lesson, take the learning, but work on it in the present. If we do not take the learning from the past and work in the present, the future will again be a repetition of the past. Are you able to understand this? When we do not take the learning from the past, work in the present, the future may become a repetition of the past. So it is important to pick the learning, work on it so that the future gets changed. Thinking about the future is not going to make the future great. You've been thinking about for the last 30, 40 years, right? How has the future changed? When you prepare for the worst, basically, what are you attracting to your life? The worst. If you are getting ready with a plan B, that means what do you want in life? A plan B. If you tell me, Shalini, save for a rainy day, that means when I start saving for a rainy day, what am I expecting in the future? A rainy day. Your mind does not understand the past, present, and future. Please understand, your mind does not understand the past, present, and future. The mind only understands this moment. So if you are preparing for the worst, then the mind is saying, okay, so that means you want the worst. Okay, fine, great, I'll give you the worst. And then the worst happens and you say, see, I knew it. Don't you do that? I knew aisa hi hoga. Something like this will happen. You are not a saint or something. You have just made it happen in your life by your own thinking, by your own mind. Because your mind is so powerful. But the problem is the power is in the present. The mind does not go back and forth. It is only in this present. No, you don't need to make up your mind for failures, Senthil. If you try to make up your mind for the failures, then that means you want failures to come in your life. I know I'm trying to say something a little different than what you have been experiencing. Prepare for eventuality, contingency plan, make up mind for the failure, be ready with the plan B. These are all corporate jargons. They work in the corporates because in the corporate, the entire environment is to create a fear. Unless, okay, a little digressing here. You're working in a corporate, right? Suppose you do not have a fear of losing your job, or suppose you do not have a fear of failure, or suppose you do not have a fear of taking risks. Will you be doing your job differently? Will you be working differently? Yes or no? Think about it. No, you will not be doing differently? You would be, Yusuf. If you do not have any fear, the way you work is going to be very different. Right? But the kind of work that you end up doing, the organization may not be able to handle it also, true? So any corporate setup, yes, of course, they can't handle it, no? So lesser productivity probably, okay. That's not what your organization wants from you. So it will continue to put that fear in your mind. And with fear, you will work till you burn out. I'm not against corporate. I have my entire life spent in corporate. I have been a part of doing that. But I did it with awareness. I knew what I was doing, so I could control it. Today, if I'm living a beautiful life, it is thanks to those 27 years of the corporate work that I have done. And all huge gratitude to that. But the point is, be aware. In your own awareness is your own learning. So practice being in the now. Now, Senthil, you asked me, how do you practice to be in the now? Very simple. When just become observant of your mind. When your mind is trying to take you in the future, bring it back. Have this conversation with your mind. Okay, fine, whatever you're saying is right, but I don't want to think of the future. I want to be in the present. When I want you to plan something, I will tell you, till that time, be quiet. See, mind is an organ in your body, correct? Your brain is an organ in your body. All other parts of your body are listening to you, no? You want to do something, you want to pick up a cup, you will tell your hand, pick up a cup. You want to walk someplace, you will tell your legs, okay, take me there. You want your stomach to work, you will eat some food so that the stomach will start digesting. Simple as that, right? Every organ of your body has some work to perform. Mind has a work to perform, is thinking. Now, in the present moment, there is nothing to think. So when there is nothing to think, the mind will either go in the future or in the past. So this is all story of your mind. Control your mind. Bring it back to the present. When you do that, your attention is in the present. You will be more productive in the present. When you are taking the right decisions in the present, when you are more productive in the present, when you are risk-free, fear-free, insecurity-free in the present, your results will come out better in the future. And no chaos. Does this make sense? Do you all relate to this? What am I saying? Does it make sense? Hello? Are you with me? Is it helping? Does it make sense? We've talked about borrowed belief. I'm going to talk about problems because problems also create chaos, right? Yes, Senthil, it is hard to practice. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if we don't start now, when are you going to do this? Even Virat Kohli has to play cricket, he has to practice even today, right? Somewhere you have to start if you want to. Otherwise, you're happy with the way life is, things are okay, good, great. But then nothing will change. Okay, so let's talk a little about the problems. Now, what are problems? Do we face problems, and problems, do they create chaos? Of course. Are they a part of life? Of course. So what happens in a problem? Now let's go back to, say, 8th class. Okay, I'm taking you all back into your 8th class. Remember that mathematics problem, big one, that was very, very difficult to solve at that point of time? Yeah, remember that? Okay, so let's say in 8th class you had this very difficult mathematics problem to solve. Okay, now when you grew up and probably went into 12th and engineering, and you had a sibling, younger brother, who was in 8th now, and he comes to you with that same problem, is it now very same difficult to solve, or it becomes easy for you? Come on, guys, answer. Give me some energy. Yeah, thank you. Yes, it becomes easy. Why? The problem has not changed, no? The mathematics problem remains the same. What changed? Yes, your level to see the problem has changed. Your level of capability, your level. So the problem was here and you were here, it becomes problem. Very difficult to solve. But when you raise your level and then see it from an angle, the same problem becomes easy. And this is how we need to grow ourselves. So Senthil, again, there is something which is not working currently. It is a problem. And we are trying to sort it out with the same level. What I'm saying is, raise your level and then look at the problem. Will it be easy for you to sort it out? True. Yes, Yogesh. So what you need to do is, you need to change the angle. Bring your level. Now, if you have to bring your level up, that means you have to learn something. You have to experience something. You have to make sure that you are not stuck at the same level that the problem exists. And when this happens and you go up and then change the angle to look at the problem is becoming easy. Like that engineering to 8th class problem. It's life. This is how you need to reflect in your life. If you want to live a life free of chaos, free of problem, an easy life, no stress. It is true for all problems in life. Yes, Ankur, all problems. It can be relationship problem, it can be financial problems, career, growth, manager, boss, team, skill, anything. You have to change the level by which you look at the problem and build your capability. Now, let me ask you all this question. In the last 1 year, how much money have you spent on yourself to build your own capability? Okay, don't give me, can you tell us a practical example? I just told you, but I will tell you another. Zero, awesome, Raja. Have you spent any money in your own learning and growing and capability building? No, nothing. So, so that means sometimes we may be going down below the problem. So problem is here and our skill level is somewhere here. From down to up, this angle doesn't work. You always have to be above the problem to solve it, no? Now, very simple. If your child, and I hope all of you, if your child wants to learn guitar, correct? Comes and tells you, I want to learn guitar. Will you go and find the best guitar master or a guitar teacher and make sure that your child learns from the best? Awesome. Fantastic. And he learns and he's happy. But we want to be the best in managing our lives. We want to be a great leader. We want to be a great employee. We want to be a performing person. But I don't want to spend on myself. This equation doesn't work. If you want to handle life, life is going to continue to give you challenges and chaos and problems. If you are not working on building your capability to handle and look at the problem from a higher angle, you will always end up in a chaos. And it is important for you to learn and grow and spend on yourself. Because if you do not do that, then one day, which is a fear, I'm sure it is a fear, right? The younger people will take away the job. Yes or no? Then, if you want to build your level of capability, if you want to build your own angle and skills to handle the problems, very important for you to learn. It is great to give great education to your children, but if you're not doing it to yourself, you are doing a disservice to yourself. Because everything else is changing. Even the thought processes are changing of people. If you want to match up, there is something that you need to learn. Now, how does learning happens when we are at this age, at this stage of our career? It doesn't happen in a classroom. You don't have to go and find a music teacher and learn music, but you still need a mentor. Because somebody who has gone through life, who has experienced all this, and they have coached, you need a coach to be able to take you forward. Because now the learning is not about reading from a book. The learning is experiential. The learning is questioning and answering and reflecting and thinking. That for this kind of learning, you need somebody who will ask you the right things, who will show you the right way. So don't disregard this. This is an important aspect if you want to manage chaos in your life. So who am I? Why am I talking for the last almost 1.5 hours? And I'm sorry, but the session will get extended by another 20-30 minutes. Is that okay with you? I hope so. So my name is Shalini. I am a leadership business transformation coach. I'm also a life coach and a law of universe practitioner. What is a law of universe? I'll talk about it a little later. I've been into sales, business development, human resource. I work as a self-managed leadership coach. I'm certified on that. I'm also a global strategy consultant and a leadership facilitator for Walk Leadership, which is a European organization consulting firm. And I have also been awarded an iconic woman creating a difference in the world in Women Economic Forum Award. This is a little about me. Coming back to the session. Okay. So when we talk about chaos, and we all know the 80-20 rule, identify what are those 20% which are creating 80% chaos in your life. The minute you are able to identify that, then you know which are the problems that you need to solve, which is the borrowed belief that you need to let go. Okay, so we've talked about this. Another very important question I think Raja only had asked was, how do I stop? No, I think Rupesh had asked this. How do I stop, when I go back, how do I stop thinking about work? So I want to give an example of Shah Rukh Khan here. See, Shah Rukh Khan is an actor. We all know him. Take Shah Rukh Khan or take anybody who else is your favorite actor, Chiranjeevi or Rajnikant, whoever is your favorite actor, okay? When they are shooting, they are performing a role till the director says cut, right? So suppose they are performing a very high emotional scene or a romantic scene. As soon as this cut is said, they just cut and they go back to living their lives. So it's a role that they are performing, but when they are performing that role, they are doing the best to their best of the ability, right? But when the cut happens and they go back home, they are not carrying the role back home, no? Right? They're not thinking about the heroine that he was romancing with during the shooting, or they're not thinking about the melodramatic, high emotional drama that was going on in the shooting. They go back home, they're chill, they're happy with their family, friends, whatever they want to do. They're not continuously thinking about the role that they performed while shooting. We are also performing a role in our jobs. Correct? So it is important for us to understand and differentiate the role that we are performing and to the maximum capability when we are performing that role to perform it at the best. So when you do not take back the role home, you are reducing the chaos in your life. Okay? Okay. Now, living in alignment is something that I want to talk about it before we close on this session. And living on alignment is nothing but being connected. Yogesh, please let me know if you would like a call tomorrow, then I'll probably give you a call and understand how this went for you and what else can I help you with. Okay. So living in alignment is we are a part of the universe. And when we are the part of the universe, there are a lot of laws of the universe that work. If we do not, if we do not work along with the alignment with the universe, we are creating a chaos in our lives. Okay. So I just want to talk about the 3 guiding principles that are going to make sure that we are in alignment with the universe. First guiding principles, thought becomes thing. Whatever you are thinking will get manifested as a thought. How many times in your life have you heard yourself say, hey, I knew that, see, I told you, it happened the way I thought. Has that ever happened with you? Have you ever faced a situation where you say to yourself, yes, oh my God, I knew this will happen. It is nothing but your thoughts that have become the reality. And this is the universal law. So if you live every day with the knowledge and the knowing of this law, then you know what thoughts you want to become things. Okay? So if you are preparing for the worst, then that means you have thoughts of the worst and they will become things. If you're preparing for a plan B, then that means the plan B will come. And this is a part of the universal law. It's a law. So if you live in this universe, and this is something that we are not taught in schools, it should have been taught in schools. But if we live in this universe, then we need to follow the certain laws. This is a law. The second is like attracts like. Like we were saying, no, a lot of negative people around will attract more negative people. Similarly, a lot of negative thoughts will attract negative thoughts. So if you have these thoughts, negative thoughts, after some time, you start with a negative thought, and after, say, another hour or so, you will get into depression because one negative thought would have attracted many other negative thoughts. Have you experienced that? Have you ever experienced that? One negative thought will attract many negative thoughts. Because like attracts like. So you don't want negatives, then what should you have? Positive thoughts. You want everything to be good in your life, then think good, attract good, vibrate at a higher energy. Exactly. So when we know this law, then we know how to use it in our lives to reduce chaos for ourselves. When you know what you want, then you focus on that. You want career? So we were talking about daydreaming. No, it's not daydreaming, Raja. It is visualizing. If I have the thought, visualized a thought of my own career growth, and then I attract more thoughts about it. But when you visualize it with fear, then you will attract negative thoughts. So there are thoughts, every emotion has a particular frequency. There are high energy frequency emotions and there are low energy or frequency emotions. Fear is a low energy. So if you are thinking of your career, oh my God, what's going to happen to your career? What will I do? How will I grow? Anything happen? These are fears, right? So when these are the thoughts that you have, more negative thoughts like anger, depression, frustration, all these other thoughts will get attracted. But if suppose you have a fear, if you have a thought about your career, I know I have the best career. I am growing. I am doing this. I am traveling the world or whatever you have. And you have that very strong visualization and with complete belief, then you will attract more of the higher energy thoughts. And when they get attracted, they manifest. This is a universal law. Use this to move away from chaos. The third universal law. There are many, I'm only giving 3 in this short period that we have today. But what you put your attention on will always grow. What you focus on will always grow. So this is a law. Okay, so now I want to understand till now how it has happened from everybody, because I want to know, did it help you? Here, I also want to talk about, again, bring a focus on leadership and learning. They are interconnected. If you want to lead yourself, and I'm not talking about leadership in terms of becoming a prime minister or CEO of a company, no, leading yourself in your life, you have to continuously learn. Okay. So I had said that I'm going to give 3 major strategies for you to be able to tide over chaos. My strategies, and I call them the SAS strategies, is being aware, reflect, self-aware, know about your borrowed belief, know what are your internal reasons that are causing chaos for you. The second step is accept. Accept everything. Don't fight it, don't resist it. Accept and play your role to the best. Whatever role you are having in your life, in your work, in your career, play it to the best and upgrade. Upgrade your software, upgrade your hardware. Hardware is nothing but your body. Exercise, meditate, right? And software is your thinking. Self-upgradation. If you have these 3 strategies, you will be able to handle any chaos in this world. Any chaos. Okay. And one more strategy that I'm giving you is I love I. Put yourself first. Love yourself. Give respect to yourself. Not studying, not upgrading your own self, your own thinking. That means you are not important for yourself. How is that possible? So my bonus strategy is the 4th strategy actually that I want to talk about is that put yourself first, love yourself. And I have another strategy, which is my 5th strategy. It's again bonus that I'm giving in this session because you guys are good, except that you all don't participate much. And that is flow and ease. Just flow. No fear, no resistance. Just flow. Be open to flow. And when you're open to flow, then chaos will never hold you back. So guys, I'm almost coming to the end of the session today, but I want to understand, how was the session for you? What did you all learn? And then I will also make an offer in case you all want to continue this learning journey that you've had today. You want to make a difference. See, I have touched not even the tip of the iceberg of what can be done. I have just helped you to realize that there are so many things that can help you to have a better life. So I can always share with you how you want to take it forward. But before that, I want to understand from you, how did you find this session? Did it help answer some of the questions? You can unmute yourself now. And I would like to, and if you want, you can also put on your videos. Yes, until you have to put conscious effort. You're right. Anybody would like to say how was this session and did it help you get some answers and some directions? Did I? Did I miss underperforming teams? Thoughts become things, Santil. If you continue to think that your team is underperforming, then that is what you are making it happen. Change the way you want to make your team function. I'll give you an example. Okay, let's say if everybody is here, I'll give a small little example of a study. It's known as Pygmalion effect. It's a study done in a school. Okay. Now, in a school, they decided that they wanted to check how children respond to stimuli. So the research team, they went to a particular school and they selected a group of people or students from a particular class. And they said, they told the teachers that these 10 students are bright, very bright students. And they told the same teachers that another 10 students, they were not great, that they've done some IQ test and all that. So these 10 students, group A, were very bright students, and group B, 10 students were not great students. Okay. I mean, they were below average students. And then they wanted to, so this was a test. Okay. So they wanted to see the results after 1 year. After 1 year, when they went back to check how these students were performing in the class, the 10 students, which were group A students, were performing fantastically well. Okay. And these 10 students who were group B were not doing very well in their class. Now, when they had demarcated, they had not done any test. They just randomly selected and told the teachers. The approach of the teachers to those students who were supposed to be very intelligent was different than to the teachers, than to the students who were below average. So the way the teachers were handling it in their own head and visualizing these students gave a result. And you can read about this. This is a very famous experiment called the Pygmalion effect. Okay. You can check about it. I'll also send a link to it. You can read about it. It is all about how we see, what thoughts we have becomes thing. So if you are continuously thinking that you have underperforming team, then tathastu, that is what you will always have. That's the law of the universe. Anybody would like to share something, please? Ankur, would you wanted to
Yeah,
say?
I just wanted to say to Santal is, if you keep on thinking of being a boss, you will always have a bad team. But if you become a leader, they will follow you. And for the leaders, you need followers, and followers are difficult to come by. That's
Right.
what I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And about your session, Shalini, it's always good to connect with you and learn something from you. I'm still thinking about the borrowed belief and how I can do things. Okay, I'm here. I think my video should be coming. So thank you so much for your.
Wait. My session's not yet over.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't go. So what I wanted to talk about it and ask you, are you ready for a chaos-free work life? Do you want to make these changes, Senthil? Because trust me, living a life of ease, peace, minus the chaos is a beautiful life to be in. Okay. What has worked for me? is learning. I'm a very, very strong proponent of learning. So I was being open to coach, taking actions, practicing, sharing, consciously working on this. And that has helped me to be who I am in the last 27 years. My journey started in 1988, actually, when I was in my education itself. So over the years, I have learned and taken so many courses. I am a certified Silva Method, mind control person, a Buddhist practitioner, pranic healer, oneness with the universe, Akashic record reader, NLP course, lot many things. I've just been a learner and continuing to learn. Right now, I'm learning digital marketing because something that I don't know. So change is nothing but an end result of all your true learnings. And that will help you to change when you are open to learn. Okay. So decide, learn, take action. If you're open, I'm going to share some of my offers that I can help you going forward in your journey if you're interested. But your vision, whatever is the vision that you have, will take you as far as your actions can take you. So you're just sitting and daydreaming is not going to work. There are certain actions that you need to take. Okay. So what here I want to talk about is, and don't worry about this slide too much, but I offer personalized coaching to people, which is a 6-session coaching. Pick up some 1 or 2 aspects and then help you to move ahead in that, which is usually 6 sessions. See, I'm a very senior person. I am doing this because I want to reach out to as many people as I can and help them. Okay. So that is the reason why I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm very busy with my coaching and consulting work anyways. And why I want to help out is again something that I feel I need to contribute to the society. My per session cost is 5,000, which is again on the lesser side for this online stuff. But what I'm doing is what I can offer you is a per session 2,999 cost, which comes to about 17,999 for 6 sessions. And then I have a lot of courses if you want to understand the laws of the universe, the laws of vibrations, how everything works together, how you can bring in more peace in your life and handle the chaos. Then all my courses will come to you free for this 6-session coaching program. My Life of Ease coach is my primary course, which is based on the 3-day law of the universe. Along with that, I also give 11 super powerful strategies to become an inspirational leader. So if you are struggling with your team, if you're struggling with how to motivate people and inspire them to perform better, then that's the course that helps people. Apart from that, I also help with 2 practitioner calls so that you are able to connect, learn, and then connect and see where we are. All this comes, total value is, and along with that, I also have my 21-day meditation, which is very essential if you want to live a life minus chaos. So the total value of the offer is 25,497. All this, and my base product is 6,999. All this right now for this particular session participant, my special offer is 299. But if anybody is wanting to for the next 10 minutes, then you can get it for 999. 999 means you get my 3-day video course, my leadership course on 11 strategies, my 2 practitioner calls, and 21 days guided meditation. Everything available for 999. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to put in the payment link in the chat box in case somebody is interested. You can right now click it, Trust me, if you want to learn something, you want to grow something, make that investment in yourself. Don't wait for another course. Don't do a satsang, attending courses and not moving ahead. And why am I not able to? Just a second. Yeah. Okay. So this is the.
Can you talk more about your coaching? I didn't understand the coaching part. Is it live coaching, leadership coaching, what coaching it is, and how it works?
So for 99, the 999 payment link I've just put in. Okay, I'm coming to the coaching because that is where I need to talk a little bit more. Apart from that, I am also 1 minute. I also have a lot of video recorded courses. So if somebody doesn't want to connect one-on-one, then you can take all my courses. So I have a 3-day course, Life Your Fees, 21 days Flow with Ease, which talks about vibrations and frequency and how do you change your vibration and frequency. And it's a 21-day with assignment course. Then I have a 21-day guided meditation and 11 days of leadership program. Everything. Total value of this package is 35,496. Right now, only for this masterclass offer, I'm giving it for 4,999. Okay. Link is not clickable.
9991 I couldn't click.
1 minute.
Can you post it again?
Sure, I'm just posting it again. 1 minute, there's something happening with that link. Okay, so now coming to my focused coaching, what I'm trying to do is I'm helping everyone who's interested to get into a focused coaching by a 6 session. In that, I'm going to have a call with you, understand your particular. So the last one is the clickable link. Yeah, now coming to the coaching, focus coaching. Now, see, everybody requires, like I said, a coach. Okay, if you go and take a coach today in the market, a leadership coach, that coach is going to cost you nothing less than $1 lakh plus. Any coach, any decent coach who's there in the market will cost you $1 lakh plus for helping you grow into your leadership. What I am offering is, I'm offering a very focused personal coaching after spending 20 minutes call with you, understanding where are you in your life, in your career, what are your goals, and then seeing what are the barriers that are stopping you from achieving it. This getting breakthrough in your achievements, in your personal life, in your career, as well as the results, that is something that I'll be hand-holding you and coaching you through that. Apart from that, I will also be helping you understand how the laws of the universe need to get aligned in the work that you do and in your life. You will learn new skills throughout the process. And all this I will achieve in 6 coaching sessions with you. Now, these coaching sessions, for the first 4 coaching sessions, we're going to have a weekly coaching session. The 5th and the 6th coaching session will have fortnightly. You're going to have assignments. You're going to work on certain projects that I will ask you to, so that we are able to make the change. Now, I am sure that many of us have taken a lot of decisions, sometimes put on weight, sometimes to lose weight, give up smoking, give up drinking, and then we have not been successful. So So this is what is my offer.
Thanks, Shalini. I will have a call with you
Sure.
separately for this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and please let me know how you found Mr. Yusuf. Please let me know how was the session for you. Mr. Yusuf, are you there? Okay, everyone, then if you're done, I'm closing the session. Thank you so much. Thank you.